My fiancé whispered to her bridesmaid, I can always divorce him and take half, not knowing I was behind them. I whispered back, only half of what's left. She turned white when she realized I'd already transferred everything to my mom. Original post: I 35 male was supposed to get married next month. Keyword was. Last Saturday, we had the final dress fitting. Melissa 32 wanted me there for moral support, even though it's bad luck to see the dress. Whatever, happy wife, happy life, right? I got there early, parked behind the boutique to grab coffee from the place next door. Walking back, I heard voices through the open loading dock. Melissa and her maid of honor, Brittany. You look like a princess. Brittany squealed, right? Tom's jaw is gonna drop. Speaking of Tom, you sure about this? Like really sure? There was a pause. Then Melissa laughed, not her sweet laugh, the calculating one I'd only heard her use with telemarketers. Oh, Britt, Tom's perfect. Good job, owns his condo outright, solid 401k, my student loans, poof, gone in 6 months. But do you love him? I mean, he's sweet, stable, safe. Besides, I can always divorce him and take half if someone better comes along. My coffee cup nearly slipped. Brittany giggled. You're terrible. What if he heard you? He's probably stuck in traffic. You know Tom, always 15 minutes early to everything. Such a dork. I stepped into view through the loading dock. Actually, this dork was 30 minutes early today. The way Melissa's face drained of color? Priceless. Like someone pulled the plug on her whole circulatory system. Tom, we were just... I held up my hand. Joking? Yeah, funny joke. I can always divorce him and take half. Real comedy gold there, Mel. It's not what it sounds like. It sounds like you're marrying me for money. That's not. I love you. But you can always divorce me and take half, right? I turned to Brittany. What was the phrase? Someone better comes along? Brittany at least had the decency to look mortified. Melissa switched to damage control mode. Baby, you're overreacting. It was girl talk. You know how we joke around. No, actually, I don't know how you joke about divorce before we're even married. Tom, please. Here's the thing, Mel. You can only take half of what's left. Her tears stopped. What? It's the condo. Transferred it to my mom last week. Legally hers now. I pay her rent. You what? You can't do that. Already did. That 401k you're counting on. Loans against it for my brother's business venture. He'll pay me back. Eventually. Maybe. Probably not. But hey, family first, right? That's fraud. It's estate planning. Completely legal. My lawyer made sure of it. She stood there in that $4,000 dress her parents couldn't afford. Face cycling through emotions like a slot machine. Anger, fear, desperation. Back to anger. You planned this? No, Melissa. I planned a wedding, a marriage, a life together. You apparently planned a financial merger with an exit strategy, so I protected myself. From your fiancé? From someone who sees me as an ATM with a ring attached. The boutique owner appeared. Everything okay back here? Perfect, I said. But the wedding's off. She'll still take the dress though. Non-refundable deposit and all. Left them standing there. Melissa in her princess dress, Brittany holding her veil, both looking like someone had cancelled Christmas. Update 1. 3 days later. The bombardment started within hours. Her mom called first. Diane's always been intense. Thomas, what is this nonsense about canceling the wedding? Hi Diane, Melissa didn't tell you. She said you overheard a private conversation and completely overreacted. She said she'd divorce me and take half my assets if someone better came along. Oh Thomas, girls say things, it doesn't mean anything. It means something to me. You're throwing away 3 years over a silly comment? I'm avoiding a divorce over a serious revelation. She loves you. She loves my financial stability. There's a difference. How dare you? After everything we've done, the wedding planning, the deposits, all non-refundable, I know. I'm covering my half of everything. Melissa can decide what to do with her half. You're still paying? I'm not a monster, Diane, just not an idiot either. She hung up on me. Then came Melissa's texts. I have them all screenshotted. Please talk to me. You're being ridiculous. I didn't mean it that way. Tom, please. You can't throw us away over one comment. I love you. You're really going to humiliate me like this? Everyone's asking what happened. My parents spent so much money. You're ruining my life. I'll sue you for breach of promise. Answer your fucking phone. I know you transferred the condo. My lawyer says that's fraud. That last one made me laugh. I texted back once. Your lawyer's wrong. My lawyer's better. Please stop contacting me. Then I blocked her. But here's where it gets interesting. Remember how I said I transferred the condo to my mom? That's true. What I didn't mention was the timing. See, I didn't do it last week like I told Melissa. I did it 2 months ago. Why? Red flags, my friends. Little ones, but they added up. Like when we were apartment hunting last year and she said, we should get the most expensive place you can afford. I mean that we can afford. Or when she insisted on a joint checking account for wedding expenses but got upset when I suggested we both contribute equally. You make more, it should be proportional. Or my personal favorite, when her friend Ashley got divorced and Melissa said, good for her. She got the house and alimony. Jake was too stupid to get a prenup. So yeah, I've been protecting my assets for a while. The overheard conversation just confirmed my instincts were right. My buddy Steve thinks I'm paranoid. Not every woman is after your money, Tom. I know that, but this woman apparently is. Maybe she really was joking. Steve, she literally outlined her divorce strategy at her final dress fitting for our wedding. Okay, yeah, that's messed up. Update 2. 1 week later, things escalated exactly as I expected. Melissa showed up at my office, full makeup, the sundress I used to love, holding a Starbucks peace offering. My assistant Dana intercepted her. Tom doesn't want to see you, honey. I'm his fiancé. Ex-fiancé, from what I hear. I watched through the blinds as Melissa tried to push past. Dana's 60 years old and takes no prisoners. Security's on speed dial, sweetheart. Your choice. Melissa left the coffee and a letter. The letter was something. My dearest Tom, I know you're hurt. I said something stupid and thoughtless. But you have to understand, I was just talking. Girls say things they don't mean all the time. You're throwing away our entire future over one conversation. Think about all our good times. The trip to Cabo, eating my grandmother, Sunday morning pancakes. I've been crying for a week. I can't eat, can't sleep. My parents are devastated. The wedding is in 3 weeks. People have plane tickets. Please just talk to me. We can work this out. We can even sign a prenup if that makes you feel better. I don't care about your money. I care about you. Forever yours, Mel. A prenup. Now she offers a prenup. After I already heard her exit strategy, I had my lawyer send her a formal response. Miss Richardson, Mr. Thompson has asked me to remind you that he requested no further contact. Any future attempts at communication will be considered harassment. The wedding vendors have been notified of the cancellation. Mr. Thompson has paid his portion of all deposits directly to the vendors. There is no breach of promise claim under state law for broken engagements. Please direct any legal concerns to this office. Regards, James Kellerman, Esquire. That triggered the nuclear option. Her dad, Richard's a contractor. Big guy, shows up at my condo at 9 p.m., banging on the door. Open up, Thompson. We need to talk man to man. I tap through the Ring doorbell. Richard, please leave. You're destroying my little girl. Get out here and face me. I'm not coming out and you're on camera. Please leave before I call the police. You think you're better than us? With your college degree and your fancy condo. Richard, your daughter said she'd divorce me for my money. This has nothing to do with degrees or condos. She didn't mean it. Then why did she say it? Because sometimes people say things, and sometimes those things reveal who they really are. You promised to marry her, and she promised to love me. Guess we're both disappointed. He stood there for another 10 minutes, occasionally yelling about honor and commitment and being a man. Eventually, he left. But not before. You'll regret this, Thompson. No one treats my family like this. I saved the Ring footage, just in case. Update 3. 2 weeks later. The legal threats materialized, but not how I expected. Melissa's lawyer sent a demand letter. Not for breach of promise. They knew that wouldn't fly, but for unjust enrichment. Apparently, Melissa had been paying for groceries and some utilities at my condo, and they wanted 3 years of rent back. My lawyer actually laughed when he read it. She lived there rent-free for 2 years and wants you to pay her? That's the claim. Tom, I've seen some reaches, but this is basketball from the parking lot. We responded with our own calculation. Market rent for her room, $1,500 month x 24 months equals $36,000. Minus her grocery contributions of maybe $300 a month, equals $28,800 she owed me. Would you like to pursue this debt? My lawyer asked in a response letter. They dropped it. But Melissa wasn't done. She went full scorched earth on social media. Started posting these cryptic quotes. Sometimes the person you take a bullet for is behind the trigger. A real man doesn't abandon his woman over words. Narcissists will destroy you and play the victim. Her friends piled on. Comments about dodging bullets and king behavior, sarcastically, and how I was probably gay anyway. I didn't respond, but my sister Erin did. God bless Erin. She posted the actual quote with attribution. I can always divorce him and take half. Melissa Richardson, 1 week before her wedding. The comments exploded. Melissa tried damage control. That's taken out of context. It was a joke. Tom's sister is lying. Erin responded, I have the recording. Oh yeah. Did I mention? When I walked through that loading dock, I hit record on my phone. Not admissible in court, but social media is in court. Erin posted a transcript, not the audio, legal gray area, but the exact words, including the part about my student loans going poof. Melissa's friends went quiet. A few unfriended her. Her cousin commented, Mel, did you really say that? The post got deleted, but screenshots are forever. Update 4. 3 weeks later, wedding day. Yesterday was supposed to be our wedding day. I spent it at my brother's place, playing Xbox and eating wings. Around 2 p.m. ceremony time, he raised a beer. To dodge bullets and discover truths. Amen. But Melissa? Melissa had other plans. She showed up at the venue. In her dress. With her bridesmaids. I know because the venue coordinator called me confused. Mr. Thompson, we have a situation. Miss Richardson is here claiming there was a miscommunication about the cancellation. There's no miscommunication. The wedding was cancelled 3 weeks ago. She's insisting we set up for the ceremony. She says guests are coming. Are there guests? About 12 people, mostly her family. I'm sorry you're dealing with this, but that's not my problem. The event was cancelled. In writing, you confirmed it. The coordinator sighed. I know. We're handling it. I just wanted to verify with you. I found out later, through the gossip network, what actually happened. Melissa told some people the wedding was still on, that we'd worked things out. She thought if she showed up, if she made it real, I'd cave. Come running back. Some grand romantic gesture bull. Instead, she stood there in her dress while security escorted her out. Her mom screaming about deposits, her dad threatening to sue everyone. Brittany crying in her bridesmaid dress. The photographer, who nobody cancelled apparently, got it all. He sent me the photos as a professional courtesy, and probably for the drama. Melissa in her dress, mascara running, being walked out by security. Her dad, red-faced, pointing at the venue manager. Her mom, clutching pearls that probably cost more than she could afford. Brittany, holding a bouquet, looking like she'd rather be anywhere else. The saddest photo. Melissa sitting on the venue steps, dress pulled around her, staring at her phone, probably wondering why I didn't show up to save her from herself. Update 5. 1 month later. Thought it was over. It wasn't. Last week I get a call from my mom. Tommy, I just had the strangest conversation with Diane Richardson. Oh God, what now? She called to tell me you're mentally unstable and need intervention. What? Apparently, you're having a breakdown and the family should be concerned. She suggested I have you committed for evaluation. I actually laughed. She thinks you'll 150 your own son because he didn't marry her daughter. She was very convincing. Talked about erratic behavior, paranoid delusions about Melissa, transferring assets irrationally. Mom, you have my condo. You know why? Oh, I know. I told Diane that. I also told her that if she contacts me again, I'll consider it harassment. Then I hung up. I love you, Mom. Love you too. But Tommy, maybe consider getting a restraining order. She was right. The next day, Melissa showed up at my gym. Not to work out, she doesn't have a membership, just to accidentally run into me. Tom, what a coincidence. It's not a coincidence, Melissa. This is stalking. Stalking? I'm just getting a smoothie from the cafe. The cafe that's inside the gym you don't belong to. She tried to touch my arm. I stepped back. Please, just 5 minutes. Let me explain. Explain what? How you were joking about divorcing me. How you didn't mean it when you called me a safe, stable dork. How you really do love me and not just my financial stability. Yes, exactly. Melissa, even if you were joking, which you weren't, the fact that you think divorce is something to joke about tells me everything. You're being so rigid. People make mistakes. This wasn't a mistake. It was a mask slipping. Security showed up. Apparently the front desk noticed she didn't scan in. As they escorted her out, she yelled, "You'll never find anyone who loves you like I do." God, I hope not. I called back. The restraining order paperwork was filed that afternoon. Final update, 2 months later. The restraining order hearing was illuminating. Melissa showed up with a lawyer. A real one this time, not her uncle who practices law sometimes. She'd clearly spent money she didn't have. Her argument? I was the one harassing her by manipulating the narrative and turning people against her. The judge, a woman in her 60s who looked like she'd seen everything, reviewed the evidence, the Ring doorbell footage of her dad, screenshots of texts after I asked for no contact, the gym security footage, the venue coordinator's statement about the wedding day, my mom's phone records showing multiple calls from Melissa's family. Miss Richardson, do you have any evidence of Mr. Thompson contacting you after he requested you stop? No, but any evidence of him coming to your home or workplace? No, but any threatening messages, phone calls, anything? He's threatened me financially. He hid assets before our wedding. The judge looked at my lawyer. Is this true? Mr. Thompson transferred ownership of his condominium to his mother 2 months before the wedding, Your Honor. Completely legal asset protection. Why did you do this, Mr. Thompson? I stood. Your Honor, Miss Richardson made several comments about divorce being financially advantageous for women. When I overheard her telling her friend she could divorce me and take half, I realized I needed to protect myself. You have proof of this conversation? I have a recording, Your Honor. Melissa's lawyer objected. The judge allowed it for context, not evidence. When Melissa's voice played saying those words, clear as day, the courtroom got quiet. The judge granted the restraining order. 1 year, no contact. As we left, Melissa's mom couldn't resist one last shot. You've ruined her life. She'll never recover from this. My lawyer stepped in. Ma'am, your daughter made her choices. My client simply protected himself. Please don't make this worse. But here's the epilogue you're really waiting for. Last week, I ran into Ashley, Melissa's divorced friend, the one who got everything from her ex. Tom, heard about everything. Yeah, it's been a time. Can I tell you something? Off the record? Sure. Melissa asked me for advice, a year ago, about divorce lawyers. What? She wanted to know how I maximized my settlement. I told her I didn't. My ex and I split things fairly. But she kept pushing. Wanted to know about hiding money, documenting spending, building a case. A year ago, we'd been engaged for 2 months. I know, I should have told you. I thought she was just curious. But after what happened, I realized she was planning. Why tell me now? Because she's doing it again. She's dating some guy from her CrossFit, Robert something, already talking about moving in together, already asking about his assets. You're warning him? I tried. He thinks I'm just bitter about your breakup. Says Melissa told him you were abusive and controlling. Of course she did. Thanks for trying, Ashley. Tom, you dodged a nuclear missile. Not a bullet. A missile. So that's it. That's the story. I lost some deposits, gained some wisdom, and kept my assets. Melissa lost a relationship, gained a reputation, and kept her student loans. The condo, still in my mom's name. She charges me rent now, which she puts in a savings account for when you find a girl who actually loves you. The 401k loans, paid them back myself last month. My brother's business venture mysteriously succeeded right after the restraining order was granted. Funny how that worked out. Am I dating? No. Trust issues are real, and therapy's expensive. But I'd rather be single and secure than married and bankrupt. To all the guys and girls out there, listen to your gut. Watch for red flags, and if someone tells you who they are, believe them the first time. And if your fiancé jokes about divorcing you for money, run. Don't walk. Run, because it's not a joke. It's a business plan. Peace out, Reddit. Thanks for listening. Edit. Since everyone's asking, yes, this is real, yes, I have the recording, no, I won't share it. Legal reasons. And no, I don't hate women. I hate people who use marriage as a financial strategy. Edit 2. To the people saying I overreacted. She literally admitted she was asking about divorce lawyers a year ago, while we were planning our wedding. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. Edit 3. Melissa, if you're reading this, and I know you are, Brittany told Ashley you've been checking, Robert has a prenup from his first marriage. That's ironclad. Good luck with that.